Versatility in yachting is becoming a hot topic of conversation. Customers expect to get more out of their boat. They want to entertain large groups. They want to be able to cook on board the boat. They want to be able to extend their cruising season if needed. They want to be able to spend lots of time on board the boat for certain times of year. And the MJM 50z delivers extremely well on this. Not only on top of that, they also deliver a relatively simple boat with simple systems, easy to access and easy to maintain. In this video, what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be describing all the features aboard this MJM 50z that make this special in the market and what makes this 50z special amongst all of our sister ships. So let's go on and have a look. So we're going to start our tour with getting on board the boat. First off, the entry is extremely gentle and easy thanks to this side access door, which is virtually at the same level as a floating dock. And when you come on board the 50 MJM, you're met with one of the three key living spaces on board the boat, which is this incredible aft cockpit area. What I think is unique about this aft cockpit area is the fact that your two wing chairs here can easily slide out and create a very generous entertaining area, a little bit more intimate given the size of this cockpit. You also have dedicated aft facing seating here and a very nice serving bar with an ice maker here and also space for some drinks and cups, which are currently utilized for some napkins. But this is a nice flat surface serving area for you and your guests while entertaining large groups. Moving forward, you're met with the second major entertaining space, which is this expansive pilot house. Note a special thing with Southern Cross is the fact that you have a full glass enclosure here on the sides and aft. These slide open so you can open up 2/3 of the size of this window, either all the way aft or forward. These three opening window ports here all open up electrically. So you have just a fabulous amount of natural ventilation coming through this boat as you see fit. Another thing that this aft enclosure does is think of it as a sound shield as well while underway cruising at 34 knots. With this door closed, it really shuts out all of the engine noise and it is beautifully quiet while running this boat. But we'll get into that in a little bit here. Entering the second major entertaining spot. You can see because of the height of this aft glass and the width of this door and the fact that there are no steps between pilot house and cockpit, these two spaces truly feel as though they're one. You do have a bimini back here where you can deploy a little bit more sun coverage as you see fit, which again will further enhance the feeling of the size of this boat and the comfort, particularly when it's raining outside. And there is no shortage of comfortable seating aboard in this pilot house. You look at all these very comfortable corners that you can find yourself lounging in. This table is a high-low as well. You could easily sleep people up here in the pilot house if you wish. You do have these drop-down sunshades on either side and some curtains, so you could fully enclose this space with privacy curtains if you choose to have some folks sleep up here. Because of the beam of this boat, which is 15 feet, and the pilot house is pushed outboard a fair amount, you have so much space for multiple people to easily flow in and out of the cockpit and the pilot house. You also have a tremendous amount of storage underneath here, here, and here, but we can get to those spaces in a minute here. Moving forward into the helm area, you have a double wide stid seat that is in excellent condition, no signs of wear. This is an ultra leather fabric all throughout the boat, and what I love about this is that MJM really thought about the comfort here. You have a little bit higher density foam here and a softer density foam here, so when you're sitting in these seats. They are incredibly comfortable. I'm sitting in this corner aft seat right now, and just look at how low these windows are. You don't have to strain to look out of these windows. It's very lovely. Even when your feet forward while cruising at 34 knots, you have just such great visibility while underway. Of course, it's important to have a forwards-facing companion seat, so you can not only seat 2 people on the captain's chair, you can also seat another companion off to port, and they even have controls over these electric windows and their own VHF over here as well to assist in communications and the ride comfort of the boat with how much air you have coming into the pilot house. All sorts of variety of different storage here. Good safety storage, drawer storage in here. Same on the port side underneath the helm chair. Dual large Raymarine screens, destroyer wheel here, and of course your visibility while at the helm is fabulous. It is very comfortable to run these boats underway. One thing I truly enjoy with the MJM 50 is when you are at the helm with a family on board, maybe young kids and dogs, you can look at the helm and you can see where everyone is. It's a very nice safety feature to know where everyone is on board the boat and have no blind spots either. Putting out fenders and dock lines is relatively simple as well, because with these sliding windows, you can just open up this sliding window and put out your fenders and dock lines from the internal side of the pilot house, which makes things very simple to do. Going down below, you're met with your third living space. And this is the great room layout of the MJM 50Z, enhancing the versatility. And what I mean by that is this huge L-shaped couch here can convert into a sleeping berth for when you do have guests. You can also even put up some privacy curtains for those occasions that you do have guests on board the boat. You can also choose to have guests sleep up in the pilot house if you wish, or down below in the privacy of the hull. When you do have guests on board, they have access to the day head with a very generous shower as well. These showers are extra large, very comfortable, nice place to sit even in the stall shower here, and most notably easy to clean. You can also see how you have some extra hanging storage in here, in addition to some storage below and outboard of the countertops. But when you don't have guests on board the boat, think about most 50-foot boats. This would be a dedicated separate cabin for your guests. And when you think about the frequency of visits that you have, the second cabin on 50-foot boats are not utilized as often as we tend to think that they are. So what's great about this layout is you can convert this space when you have guests sleeping aboard, but when you don't have guests sleeping on board, look as an owner, look at how much extra living space you get. You get full access to this 50-foot yacht down below. And this is another wonderful living space. So you have this salon area down below. You have your pilot house and your aft cockpit, all key different living spaces for when you are spending a generous amount of time on the boat. You can also see how this table is very easy to walk around. If you do choose to sit down, maybe you want to do some work, this table slides inboard and even overlaps a little bit for a very comfortable dining position. Or, this table is on a high-low as well, so you could even drop this for more coffee table height. Again, hyper versatile depending on what you want to do. Now, these marshmallows here are actually incredibly nice to have on board the boat. They can be used as seats, or you can even use them as nice comfortable footrests. You'll find that these are incredibly useful everywhere on board the boat, whether that's in these 3 different living spaces. So definitely a nice treat to have on board the boat. Large Samsung flat screen TV. And then of course off to port here, you have your galley, which is a very sensible size galley. You do have, you know, trash storage in here. You have a corner freezer, easy to access, dual refrigerators here. You do have your ice maker all the way aft as well, and lots of space for just general storage here. And you've got some bottle storage right here. So you'll find it's quite shocking, even though this interior is grand, wide, and open, there is some nice storage on board as well. All the drawers are soft close, quality cherry faces with dovetail joinery, and then nice positive locking hardware. Outboard, this is an induction cooktop here, but outboard you have great deep storage as well. Convection oven, microwave, I should say. Good space for plates. So for a couple that intends to do distance cruising, spend a good time on board the boat with occasional guests, this is a really nice galley. And one comment that we typically get with a lot of these owners is it is nice to have a galley separated from the primary entertaining area up here in the pilot house. And the reason being is when you are preparing a meal and whatnot, all your mess is down below in the hall and not in the limelight of all your dock guests and your folks walking by. So it's nice to stay a little bit private in your galley area. Another key feature to note is that you only have 3 steps up from the galley into the pilot house area. So these are the only 2 steps that you have on board the boat. There's not a lot of up and down. It's a very easy and gentle boat to live on board, just because it eliminates what you commonly see as of a lot of up and down. So you have your access door, side door to the floating docks, 1 level all the way up to these 3 steps here, and then 1 level all the way to the primary stateroom. So let's go through here. This is your privacy door into your primary, with a similar sized as the guest / day head. Very large stall shower here, in addition to nice storage, freshwater electric head in this space. And then off to port, you can see you even have a little desk here if you want to do get some work done. You have a huge hanging locker off to port. Underneath this carpet here, you can see the outlines of another large hatch, a few drawers for clothes, and another hanging locker off to starboard. So tremendous amount of storage, nice shelving with your cherry battens on either side of the hull. Gives you a really nice yachty feel. And you have opening window port here, opening port here, 1 on each side of the hull, so you can really introduce a lot of nice ventilation into the boat. A couple of fans as well, in addition to, of course, air conditioning and heating. Samsung TV, but very nicely kept, beautiful interior, such an incredible boat. Now let's head aft into more of the machinery spaces on board, just to show you what those spaces look like, and then we'll go forward on the bow of the boat too. Opening this center hatch here, it grants you access to what I like to call the garage of the boat. And this is a key space on board. If you're planning on spending a fair amount of time, you can put water toys in here, but you have 3 different levels of shelving. You've got a grill in here, some spare parts, a couple of fishing rods. Of course, underneath here, this is your gyro stabilizer Seakeeper as well, Seakeeper 9. And all the way forward here, you have access to your air conditioning compressors. So accessibility is very easy. You just lift up these steps and you have full access forward, but a great utility space on board. This is off to port here underneath the seat. You can just see how deep this space is. It's incredibly deep. You need to even have a ladder to get down below in here. It's amazing how much space is on board this boat for additional storage, and you have the same amount of storage off to the starboard side as well. In the business end, as I mentioned earlier, you got the triple IPS 600 drives. This engine space is fantastic just because of how easily you can walk around and get around these engines from above here. It's pretty fantastic. You also have an additional access through here to get into your Northern Lights generator as well. Incredible power plants. And with these 3 engines, this boat is a fabulous performer. Such a sporty boat to drive, incredibly fun. And with these engines here, they've got roughly 620 hours. The boat's been stored here in Boston with Boston Boat Works. So definitely the guys that know how to maintain a nice boat like this. Finally, moving forward on board the boat, you've got a nice step here, a grab rail here, and also a nice grab rail to move all the way forward to the bow of the boat. And then you got these nice stainless rails to get you all the way up. Got a Muir anchor windlass, stainless steel anchor chain with rode, nice ship style cleats. You can also control the anchor windlass from the helm as well. And you also have a beautiful ultra anchor, 60 pounds. Turning around, you've got some extra gadgets forward. You have a FLIR night vision camera. This is your radar here, Air Collenberg horn, more of a ship style horn, track vision, KVH, satellite TV. This is your DPS antenna, so when you press a button, the boat won't move anywhere for station keeping. So, and you have dual VHF radios, one for AIS, one for communications. And lastly, what we'll do is a little off the dock walk around. Beautiful, majestic, dark blue hull. Note, of course, you also have a hydraulic swim platform that drops this aluminum tender right into the water, which when cruising is such a nice thing to have on board the boat. Walking forward here, you can see how nice of shape this hull is in. Just such a beast of a boat. Beautiful. I hope you enjoyed this walkthrough tour of Southern Cross, this MJM 50z. If you have any questions for me about this boat or any other MJM on the market, please feel free to reach out to me using the information below this video.